Good morning, everyone. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the second day of the Second International White Hat Conference. During this session, we will begin our mock trial, session 1, which will include a presentation as well as cybercrime investigation expert testimonies. So we will go real quick introducing our 3 teams.
Hi, I'm Jian. I'm currently studying digital forensics at Korea University. I'm interested in cybercrime and digital forensics and looking forward to meeting all you soon.
Hi, I'm Oh Seon-yoon. I'm studying at Korean University School of Cybersecurity and working at Digital Forensic Research Center. I'm very excited to learn something new idea about digital forensics through this competition.
Hello everyone, I'm Jung Park from Korea University's Digital Forensic Research Center. As a researcher, I'm enjoying to develop practical methodologies and techniques for supporting cybercrime investigations. We all look forward to participate in this competition. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Panthakong, a participant coordinator and interpreter at International Law Enforcement Academy Bangkok, where I gain experience and knowledge about cybercrime investigation. The Academy is a training center where regional law enforcement officers come together to join training courses, and we discuss about trends, national policies, and also investigative techniques to combat cybercrimes and transnational crimes. We hope together we can be a safer world.
Hello everyone, my name is Bunhe. I am a fresh graduate from the University of Arizona and the American University of Phnom Penh. Currently I'm working at the Ministry of Justice with the legal expertise, and we are currently drafting the penalty provision for the cyber law. And we are working closely with the Ministry of Telecommunication, and I hope that I can make a good law for my country.
Hi guys, my name is Wood and I'm from Cambodia. I'm a senior student at UTS, University of Technology, Sydney, currently pursuing my Bachelor of Science in IT, major in Networking and Cybersecurity and Interaction Design. It is my pleasure to join the 2021 White Hat Conference and glad to join my Cambodian team. We are looking forward to the competition.
Hi, my name is Rebecca Toot, and I'm a technical expert in my team. Our team has participated in several Capture the Flag competitions and hackathons, such as the Hungarian Cybersecurity Challenge, which was organized by the Special Services for National Security. We also love to spend our free time solving Capture the Flag challenges and exploiting vulnerable machines on TryHackMe and Hack the Box penetration testing labs.
Hi, my name is Mario, and I work as a risk management and cyber compliance specialist. Everyone on our team has a full-time job in cybersecurity, and we participate in part-time master studies. We organize an ethical hacking course for our fellow students in our free time. I can safely say that cyber is more than just a career for us, it really is a lifestyle.
Hi, my name is Zoltán János. I'm a group leader within the Hungarian police forces. I've gained experience investigating several types of cybercrimes and monitoring cyber activities via OSINT and other methods. The strength of our group lies within diversity, that we came from 3 different fields of cybersecurity, giving us the chance to see the whole picture more accurately.
So we're now going to move into the mock trial portion of today's session. The mock trial will be moderated by Jennifer Leprade from the US, and their 3 teams will present their evidence to Mohamed Chaki, the international judge from France, Nicolas Staub, the international judge from Switzerland, and Austin Gibbons, the international judge from the United States. Dr. Jennifer Leprade is an assistant professor in the Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice and the founder and head coach of the mock trial program at Missouri State University. She has served as a judge at multiple American Mock Trial Association regional and national tournaments. She earned her PhD in criminology and criminal justice and her master's degree in political science with an emphasis in constitutional law from the University of Texas at Dallas. Her research interests include cybercrime, courts, and policing. Dr. Mohamed Chaki holds a PhD in law from the University of Lyon 3 in France for a dissertation on French, British, and American cybercrime legal systems. This was followed by a 3-year postdoctoral research at the Faculty of Law, University of Aix-Marseille 3, France. He is a senior judge in Egypt and the founder chairman of the International Association of Cybercrime Prevention, the AILCC, located in Paris, France. An association of the international IT experts and legal scholars specializing in cyber law, privacy, and security. He is also the founder and co-director of the African Center for Cyber Law in Kampala, the ACCP. This research center was founded in collaboration with the United Nations. Dr. Chaki holds over 25 prizes for this academic achievement and was awarded the Medal of Excellence by the President of the Arab Republic of Egypt in 1998, the International Prize of Claire Leroux Dubé from Canada in 2007, and the Distinguished Services Medal from the Government of Brazil in 2009. Our next judge, Nicholas Staub, is dedicated to reducing ever-rising costs and losses related to financially motivated cybercrime by using technology and fostering strong public-private partnerships. As one of the first Swiss prosecutors specialized in fighting cybercrime, Nicola previously led numerous investigations in Switzerland and abroad. He has initiated and been contributing in an expert capacity to a variety of national and global initiatives against cybercrime, and serves as the ambassador to the Global Cyber Alliance and is a member of the Cybersecurity Committee of Digital Switzerland. Nicola is an attorney at law, earned his LLM at King's College in the UK, and completed various trainings in Switzerland and abroad in his field of expertise. Our final judge, Austin Givens, is an associate professor of cybersecurity at Utica College. His research has appeared in the Cyber Defense Review and the National Cybersecurity Institute Journal, among other outlets. In 2018, Givens was appointed to serve on the national staff of the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary as Branch Assistant for the External IT Security Awareness, a capacity in which he develops IT security awareness and training products for the 28,000 plus members of the U.S. Coast Guard Auxiliary and the Coast Guard forces worldwide. He received a PhD in public policy from the Department of Political Economy at King's College in London. We'll now hand it off to our moderator, Dr. Jennifer LaPrade, for the mock trial.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the mock trial portion of the Cybercrime Investigation Competition on this exciting day 2 of the 2021 International White Hat Conference. So we began this competition 2 days ago with 16 talented teams from all over the world. And now the top 3 teams will move forward to this live mock trial portion, which makes up the final 30% of the overall score. So congratulations to the teams, all the teams, and especially the top 3 teams for moving forward to this stage. Obviously, it takes a lot of knowledge and sophisticated skills to do cybercrime investigation. However, investigators must also be able to effectively apply that evidence to the appropriate legal codes and clearly present that evidence in court. Because if they're not able to do this effectively, then the investigation could be wasted and the cyber offender may not be held accountable. So the mock trial portion of this competition is really important because it takes cybercrime investigation to the next level. It takes it a step further to really test how well teams can present the evidence they uncovered and how clearly they can link that evidence to the appropriate legal codes to help secure conviction for the offender, which is what we want ultimately. So again, congratulations for making it this far to the top 3 teams. And I'll talk a little bit about how this mock trial portion of the competition is going to work. So again, the top 3 teams move to this final round. 1 person per team will present for the team. The teams will each have 15 to 20 minutes to present, so that's not a lot of time there. So the teams will have to pick and choose the most important parts of their investigation to present. And then we have, as you heard, 3 very distinguished international judges who will judge the teams, and the judging will be based on a 100-point scale. So I'll kind of go over that. Competitors will be judged on 6 major criteria for these 100 points. For 20 points of the score, the judges will look at the legal code statement. So how effectively did teams present the legal codes? Were the legal codes presented clearly and precisely? Did they appropriately focus the legal codes to the evidence and to the case at hand? So this will be for 20 points of those 100 total points, legal code statement. And then 20 points will be on evidence presentation. So certainly digital evidence can be very complicated, very complex, difficult to understand if you're not kind of in that world. And so how well did the teams present this evidence? Was it clear? Was the main digital evidence clearly presented? Was the supporting evidence clearly presented? And was the evidence linked and relevant to the legal codes? Because again, if they're not breaking a law, if it's not linked to a law, then again, you're kind of doing this for nothing. So evidence presentation is very, very important. So that's 20 points of this mock trial portion. And then another 20 points is critical thinking and complexity. So did the teams use very simple investigative techniques, or did they use sophisticated investigation techniques? Did they approach the problem in a sophisticated way, using critical thinking throughout the investigation? That's also very important. So that's 20 points. And then another 10 points is organization and presentation. So was the presentation kind of all over the place and not really organized, or were there clearly defined sections, clearly defined organization? So that's also very important to really build your case, which is what they're doing here, and to make sure that it is organized and easy to follow. And then this also will score presenters based on was their voice strong? Did they use good sentence structure? Again, just easy to understand and confident about their presentation. So the 3 teams will do their presentation. Again, 1 person per team will present for their teams. And then after all 3 teams present, then we will move to a judge question and answer section of the competition. So each judge will ask each team 1 question, and then that will be the final 10 points of the competition. So how well did the presenter answer the judge question? Did they answer it precisely? Did they answer it with strong knowledge, with confidence? So this will be the final 10 points of the 100-point score for the mock trial portion. So again, this is how the 100 points will play out today. So legal code statement, again, is 20 points. Evidence presentation, 20 points. Clear explanation, 20 points. Critical thinking and complexity, 20 points. Organization and presentation style, 10 points. And then judge question and answer will be the final 10 points, making up 100 points, which again will be 30% of the total for this competition. So order of presentations, we will hear first from Team South Korea, then we will hear from Team Cambodia, and then finally we will hear from Team Hungary. So again, congratulations to all the top teams for making it this far, and good luck to you all. Okay, so Team South Korea.
Hello. I'm sorry I'm wearing a mask because of Corona. I have to wearing a mask in a laboratory. So.
Okay. All right, you have 20 minutes to present, and you can start now.
Okay. Hello everyone. This is Oh Sung-yoon of KU DFRC from South Korea. In this presentation, I'm going to explain the results of our recent investigation on the case number UC-12345. This is the outline of my presentation, especially in the part of collection and analysis process, I will present our investigation process and findings in detail. Because we are the first presenter among three teams, I will introduce some background on this criminal case. So, in early January 2021, FBI agent learned that Mr. Nudo is allegedly responsible for several of the most expensive computer intrusions of all time. Our team investigated the suspect's computer with warrants issued by an authority of the United States. The suspect's illegal activities and crimes are as follows. First one is illegally accessing computer systems without authorization. The second one is phishing and ransomware attacks targeting financial institutions. The third one is illegal drug trafficking, and last one is illegal guns and weapon sales. Next, legal authority. Our team requested to legal authority for the investigation as shown in the pictures below. We've got authorization for seized computer live on the cloud because the computer revealed the suspect's illegal activities relating to the U.S. Penal Code. In addition, during the examination of the suspect's Windows system, we found an image file that reveals a fact that the suspect is operating Kali Linux system. So in the middle of the investigation, we requested additional authorization for seize live Kali Linux system to investigate further. Next, evidence discovered and categorized. Next, I summarize what evidence our team discovered during the investigation. These are the evidence found from a computer live on the cloud. A target computer that the suspect succeeded the privilege escalation. From the target computer, we have found search history from Chrome history. The suspect searched for the keywords such as file finder, power of the PS1 code, or privilege escalation. We also discovered hidden drive and the suspect stored his file here. From the hidden drive, we discovered two evidence, audio files and an image file. Our team found hidden clues of darknet sites from the audio file using public scripts. We also found that the suspect has hidden an IP address for a Kali Linux machine from the image file. From the Linux machine, we discovered two hidden and suspicious directories containing the files beginning with file X. Next, file X is just list a number. So we figure out file 10 files below. The files were related to the suspect's illegal activities such as drug trafficking. The files included darknet website, ransomware template, and phishing email template he used. Illegal darknet site was also accessible through a subdomain of the website. We found out drug sales amount and its customer from the website log on with admin account. Next, collection and analysis process. When accessing to the system for investigation, its basic information was identified as this slide. Operating system is Windows 8.1 Enterprise Evaluation, 64-bit, and US Eastern Time Zone, and so on. To perform illegal activities and crimes, the suspect needed to gain root access. Root access means admin access. So the suspect searched the way for the privilege escalation in a Windows system. He used power of some PS1 script and finally successfully escalated his privilege. Through all of this, it is related to the US Penal Code 18 USC 1030 A5B. With the administrator privilege, we started forensic analysis on the suspect's Windows system. When performing basic artifact analysis, a trace on a hidden drive Z was found from a link file in the following recent folder. FTK imager for interpreting partition table and file system was utilized to examine deeply the local storage device of the live system. The tool identified an additional volume that has not been shown in default Windows Explorer. Through all of this, it is related to the US Penal Code 21 USC 846. In addition to that, we found 3 suspicious files, goodfunks.wlv and guitar leaks.wlv and text.jpg. 2 WAV files had hidden messages about Darknet, and JPG file had hidden access information about Kali Linux system that we had to investigate further. So through all of this, it is related to the US Penal Code 18 USC 1030 E2 and 18 USC 1343 and 18 USC 1038 A1. Next one, right after connecting the live Linux system for investigation, its basic information was identified as follows. Operating system is Kali GNU Linux 64-bit, version is 2021 January. Time zone is US Eastern Time. So and so on. This Linux machine was used to access to the Darknet IP address and send phishing email. Through all of this, it is related to the US Penal Code 18 USC 1037 A1 and 18 USC 1038 A1. Before accessing the suspect's Kali Linux system, we heard that there exist several files relating to a codename file X. We executed command for finding the files beginning with file X. The files contain Darknet website, a sample of phishing email, or ransomware template. Through all of this, it is related to the US Penal Code 18 USC 229 A1, 18 USC 1038 A1. 18 USC 229 is about prohibited acts for chemical weapon to develop, produce, otherwise acquire, transfer, something like that. to use chemical weapon, and 18 USC 1038 is about false information and hoaxes. And whoever engages in any conduct with intent to convey false or misleading information under circumstances where such information may reasonably be believed and where such information indicates that an activity has taken. The next one, part two. Yeah, in this section, we accessed the website that suspect used for drug trafficking and weapon sales. We checked admin dashboard and figure out how many products he sold or how much he earned from the Darknet website. Through all of this, it is related to the US Penal Code 18 USC 229 A1 and 21 USC 841 A1. And that's it. That that is that's it.
All right, thank you very much. That was Woo Song Yoon from Team South Korea, KUDRDFRC. So thank you. I'll give the judges a few minutes to work on their scores. So judges, if you'll fill in your scores on the appropriate areas, and then let me know when you're ready, and then we'll move forward with Team Cambodia as soon as our judges are ready. Judges, you may also want to make some notes for what you want to say during the comment section, any questions you want to ask during the question and answer portion. All right, looks like our judges are ready to proceed. Thank you so much. And there's been a little bit of a change. We're going to switch the order a bit. And next, we're going to hear from Team Hungary. So we have Zoltan Dons presenting for Team Hungary. So take it away.
Hello, everyone. I will need some time with the presentation. I found how to represent the PPT in full screen, but it doesn't want to move. So give me half minute.
Okay,
check it.
That's fine. That's fine. Thank you.
So welcome, everyone. My name is Zoltan János, and I represent the Hungarian team 50 Shades of Grey Hair in this competition. Let's start with the case. According to the information given in the early January of 2021, Mr. CIC, a special agent in the FBI, learned that the individual, only known as Mr. Evil Noodle, is responsible for several of the most expensive computer intrusions of all time. According to the allegations, some of the various illegal activities and crimes that Mr. Evil Noodle and the organization that he's a part of may be involved include illegally accessing computer systems without authorization, phishing and ransomware attacks targeting financial institutions across the world that have collectively stolen over $1 billion, illegal drug trafficking, illegal guns and weapons sales. As illustrated by the information presented by Mr. CIC, a federal arrest warrant has been issued for Mr. Evil Noodle within the United States with the following of charges: suspicion of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, suspicion of conspiracy to commit computer-related fraud, and suspicion of computer intrusion. So our investigation scope was an initial Windows machine, which was seized by the Department of Justice, where we discovered a Kali machine and the Darknet Store. I will tell these about later. First, we discovered the initial Windows machine using a forensic device named Autopsy. While the autopsy was ongoing, we checked the computer manually as well, and we found traces in the browsing history, which was a sign of administrator SS gaining tryings of the perpetrator, traces of brute force as well, which are text files with passwords, usernames, surnames, dictionary words on the local computer. Brute force attack is a type of attack which target is to gain control or pass the password authorization, and these text files containing passwords, usernames, surnames, and so on are used widely to commit brute force attacks. And the autopsy scan also was very successful. It discovered a hidden hard drive with suspicious text and audio files, which we investigated furthermore, such as with steganography. The steganography is an art of hiding messages in files, uncovered hidden files in two audio files, uncovered hidden messages in two audio files, indicated suspicion of conspiracy and illegal online dealing activity. We also uncovered the hidden Kali Linux IP address from a picture file. We further investigated the audio files and the JPG to trace the origin it was originally downloaded from. We have that it was downloaded from a Google Drive via utica.edu account. Here is our first evidence. Our evidences are technically gathered evidences, and we used screenshots for the reports and the presentation. The first evidence is a browser history of a Google Chrome and the Internet Explorer browser. It shows the intention and willingness of the perpetrator to gain unauthorized control over the compromised operation systems, which is illegal according to the US Criminal Code 1512, Section 1, subsection B. Our second evidence is, as I've told you, the suspicious text files containing names, surnames, passwords used for brute force attacks. The third evidence was the hidden drive, which was gathered by the autopsy inspection. This evidence proves that the perpetrator tried to hide his illegal activities and whatever information he gained from these illegal activities. This is an indirect evidence that proves conspiracy according to the 18th US Code 371. Our fourth evidence is the trace of Kali Linux. Kali Linux is an operation system designed for penetration testing, which is legal, but can be used for hacking as well. Finding traces of the usage of this type of operation system doesn't prove anything illegally on its own, but it's an evidence and a sign of suspicious activity, and it raises suspicion. We also found encrypted messages, which are definitely the evidence of conspiracy. The encrypted message was the next: hide the transaction from Lee in the DB. We don't need attracting any attention. So if there is an encrypted message which tells one person to another to hide his activity and transaction, there is definite proof of conspiracy, and we will see what kind of activity they will try to hide. We will show you later. The second computer was the Kali computer. First of all, we obtained a search warrant for the Kali machine. further investigation. We found hidden folders in this computer as well, using the harvester, which is a forensic application. We also found several scan reports dated at 25th of May, including scanning reports of certain targeted organizations. We also found signs of ransomware and phishing activity. We have found one exact phishing template and one exact ransomware template as well. These are text files used for ransomware attacks, and we found it in the hidden directory of the inspected computer. We also found the victims list, which contained detailed information about targets and victims, including IP numbers, amount transferred, company names, and date of contact. Our evidence number 6 and number 7 shows that the perpetrator collected sensitive information about his targets, including healthcare insurance companies, and shows the intention of the perpetrator to explore his targets. According to the US Code 669 Section A, which is theft or embezzlement in connection with healthcare, the perpetrator tried to acquire money and funds from MetLab Health Insurance Company, and he tried to initially assessed several computers without authorization and obtained sensitive information about payment and finance, which is US Code 1030 Section A, subsection 2, fraud and related activity in connection with computers. And there is also a suspicion of 2512 Section 1, subsection B, possessing a device that is useful for the purpose of intercepting electronic communications. Our evidence number 8 and 9 is directly evidence to a committed crime, which is ransomware attack. Threatening someone with damaging his or her property and extorting money exchange for that is a crime, and it's also a crime according to US Code 876 subsection D to deliver such an extorting message. And what we found about ransomware attacks directly proves that the perpetrator have committed many ransomware attacks. We also found a phishing template email, which is our evidence number 10. Phishing is an activity of the perpetrator to gain more and more sensitive information about future targets. These informations are often used to commit cyber attacks or sold on dark web marketplaces. Phishing activity is illegal according to US Code 1343 and US Code 1344, Section 2. We also found the Darknet Store. We discovered the address of the Darknet Store in the ransomware template file, which is referred to our evidence number 8. We visited the website and found an illegal online marketplace for drug and gun trading. And we also found that the store is named The Evil Noodle Gun and Drugs Shop, indicated the relation between the perpetrator and the marketplace. We needed a search warrant and admin access for further investigations, which we had, and investigated the site further and found the admin panel login where the password could be easily guessed. Upon gaining admin access, we have inspected several reports and dashboards to obtain information about the sellings, the products the perpetrator sold, and the customers he served. These are screenshots about the customers and the products, which is our evidence number 11. According to the 21 US Code, A41, Section A, subsection 1 and 2, the perpetrator committed possessing and distributing controlled substance such as cocaine, heroin, and so on, multiple type of drugs, for example. And according to the US Code 922, Section 1, subsection A, unlicensed dealer engaging in the business of importing and dealing with firearms, our perpetrator also committed another crime, which these are direct evidences. We show you the hashes we use. Hashes are important in forensic techniques and digital investigations because the perpetrator or defendant can say that we manipulated evidences, but hashes show the integrity of the saved files. Hash key is used to identify the integrity of the evidence because any change is made in the evidence spoken, the hash key won't be the same. Hash keys are used in digital signatures as well, so the hash keys are perfectly good for identifying a file is integrated and not changed. So, excuse me. So we used direct evidences of committed crimes, indirect evidences that raise suspicion, and various types of signs that shows conspirative activity. According to our forensic review, we determined that sufficient evidence exists to support the pursuit of charges against Mr. Evil Noodle for all the above mentioned crimes. And according to what we found in the dark web, darknet marketplace admin surface, Mr. Ismail Morales will have some explaining to do as well.
Okay, thank you very much. That was Team Hungary. Another good job. All right, so again, we'll give our judges a few minutes here to write down their scores, make some notes on the presentation that they'll use for comments later on, and also ask questions for our teams. And once we get the okay from our judges that they're ready to continue, we will hear from Team Cambodia. All right, looks like our judges are ready to proceed to our final team in the mock trial portion of the cybercrime investigation competition. And this is going to be Team Cambodia, and we're going to hear from their representative, Van Thin Kong. Whenever you're ready.
Excuse me, can you see my screen?
Yes, we could see it.
First of all, my respect to honorable judges. I'm Van Tha Kong. I'm the representative for Cambodian team called Camp Cyber Justice. And we have 3 members in the team. We have Mr. Won Hei, Mr. Dajat, and me. So today I have the honor to present to you about my investigation report on a suspect called Mr. Evil. So without further ado, I would like, in my presentation, I will be talking about the case scenario and also the brief investigation process. And next, I will talk about the search and seize warrant, which are issued, and then I will talk about digital forensic investigation and legal code together with the evidence we found from our forensic examination of the machine of the suspect. And then I will talk about the summary findings and last but not least, Q&A session. So in early January 2021, FBI agents have provided information to us about an individual called Mr. Evil Noodle. And the information we got are as following. Mr. Evil Noodle has background in computer programming in financial industry. and he is also suspected as a member of criminal organization named Evil Lizard, which conduct various cyber attacks and generate billions of dollars of income. And an arrest warrant has been issued for Mr. Evil, which include the following charges. The first one is suspicion of conspiracy to commit wire fraud. Second one is suspicion of conspiracy to commit computer-related fraud. And another one is the suspicion of computer intrusion. And there's a search warrant on a suspect computers, and it was done by the Department of Justice. And by the use of the computer seized from the suspect, we were able to do the live forensic examination to find for the evidence in order to press the charge on the suspect. So here I would like to briefly introduce you to our investigation process. So there are 3 stages. So the first one is search premise, which means the location we implement our search warrant. And we have the first search warrant. We were able to seize the computer which were live on cloud, and by doing the live forensic examination on that computer, we can then ask for another warrant to seize another machine of the suspect. That is a Kali Linux machine. And when we do the forensic examination of the Kali Linux machine, we were able to ask for another warrant to search the Darknet webpage. And about our digital investigation, we strictly adhere to the SOP of chains of custody of the evidence. And once we find the evidence, we document all the evidence very carefully and according to our procedure, correct procedure. And also, the evidence was reserved in a safe environment, and we prevent from any contamination. And after the forensic examination of the machine that we seized from the suspect, we were able to find several evidence, and with those evidence, we together with a penal code, we consider some charges against the suspect. So here's the warrants which I talked about a moment ago. The first search and seize warrant, which is the cause of the seizure of the first computer, which is Windows 8, and the name of the machine is Evil Home. And then after doing the forensic of this computer, we were able to ask for the warrant to search and seize another computer with the name of Kali Linux machine, and the name of this computer is Evil Hacker. And last but not least, with the information we get from the Linux machine, we were able to ask for another warrant in order to search the Darknet. We contain the shop of Mr. Evil that sell guns and drugs. So, as I said before, there is a arrest warrant for Mr. Evil, and the arrest warrant includes the charges. The 4 charges. So for the first charge, suspicion or conspiracy to commit wire fraud. So we get the evidence from the Linux machine, which we find the files X7 target. And from this file, we do the live forensics examination, and then we find some information in the file by through the use of the file, and we can see like amount of millions of dollars in Bitcoin currency, which the suspect get from the victim. And also we can see the phishing template, which is created by the suspect, and it is also lists a number of targets. So by the use of this evidence, we find out that Mr. Evil violate the U.S. Penal Code, Title 18, Section 1343. So this we can relate his criminal activities to the phishing email templates, which is the intention to do the cyber attacks on various targets. And this template we found in the Linux machine I mentioned earlier, and the total amount of the money he earned from his illegal scheme is 1.75 billion US dollars. So based on this penal code, this title and section, we believe that Mr. Evil should be fined not more than 1 million US dollars, or imprisoned not more than 30 years, or both the fine and the imprisonment.
Okay, thank you very much, Team Cambodia. 3 great presentations there. Again, congratulations to all 3 teams for making it this far in the competition. We will now take a break. We're going to let the judges finish their scores and also prepare for the question and answer portion, which will begin in the next session, which will be at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So we will break until 11 a.m. Eastern Time, again, so that judges and competitors can prepare for the last part of the mock trial competition. Okay, just 1 second here. Okay, it looks like Team Cambodia is not finished with their presentation yet, and they have a little bit more to go here. So go right ahead.
So for the second charge, it is the suspicion or conspiracy to commit computer-related fraud. And we can see the suspect has some criminal activities. And the evidence we found in the Linux machine, which we do the search on the Linux machine, and we found 10 files which contain the ransomware template, phishing, and some other illegal activity he intend to commit. So in the ransomware template, he instruct the victim to register for an account on Coinbase, and then he instructs the victim to transfer the fund to the Coinbase and transfer the fund to the Electron wallet, and then he forced the victim to buy the gun and the drug in his store in the darknet. So based on this evidence, together with Penal Code Title 18, Section 1030, subsection A 7, we can see that Mr. Evil violate this title by we can see the evidence of the various phishing and ransomware template which he used to extort people to buy gun and drug in the darknet. And the penalty, we believe that he shall be punished by a fine or imprisonment of no more than 10 years, or both the fine and the imprisonment. For the charge number 3, suspicion of computer intrusion. So in the Linux machine, we, by the use of the file, XML file, we can see some information related to the attacks on various targets. And this is suspected to be the cyber attacks or another computer related attacks or ransomware attack. So by the use of this evidence, Mr. Evil violate Title 18 US Penal Code, Section 1029, subsection A and 5. So he, in this evidence, we can see his 6 ransomware attacks, which result in his income 1.75 billion US dollars and the template. And Mr. Evil should be punished by a fine or imprisonment of not more than 15 years, or both, based on the penal code we select. So therefore, suspicion of the illegal gun and drug sales in his Darknet Store. We have evidence number 4, which consists of 4 evidence, and we can see his customers and his guns and drug sales in his Darknet shop, which is illegal because he doesn't have any authorization to sell this firearm and controlled substance. So we can see that Mr. Evil violate Title 18 US Penal Code, Section 922, subsection A1. So and the penalty for this evidence and match with the penal code, he can be imprisoned not more than 5 years for selling the gun in his Darknet shop. And based on the Title 18 Penal Code, Section 841, subsection A, and the evidence of the 17 type of drug in his store. So based on this title, we can punish him as a fine of not exceeding 50 million US dollars or not greater than that authorized in the Title 18, or he shall be imprisoned of not less than 10 years or not more than a lifetime. So beside this 4 main evidence, we also have other supporting evidence which we have found in the initial stage of our forensic examination. When we get the first computer, we see hidden drive in that computers, and in that hidden drive we can find 4 suspicious files, and when we cannot open the file to see the information, and so we have to open each file with the notepad which lead us to see the IP address, something that suspicious to be IP address. And with that, we use that information to convert to IP address. And that IP address lead us to find the Linux machine. So all in all, we believe that with all the evidence we presented to the judge, we would like to put the charge on the Mr. Evil on the charge of conspiracy to commit wire fraud, conspiracy to commit computer-related fraud, computer intrusion, illegal guns, and drug sales based on the penal code I mentioned above. So that's all for me. Thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Team Cambodia. I understand there were some technical glitches there. So I appreciate you coming back and finishing your presentation. We certainly will make sure that doesn't affect your score. We understand you did have a full PowerPoint prepared. So thank you for coming on and finishing despite the technical glitches. Unfortunately, in this setting, that's going to happen sometimes. So, so good job again by all of our competitors. Congratulations. So again, now we will take that break and we will let our judges finish up their scoring and prepare for the question and answer portion. So we will be back at 11 a.m. Eastern time, and I will see you then. Thank you again.